welcome or welcome back to Magic with Melly. You may hear a lot of traffic because I'm next to a really busy road. This message is for you if you needed a message. So the fact that you're here is amazing. A quick downloaded message is someone needs to enjoy their existence more. Expand on the time that you spend on just existing, literally not doing anything specific, just existing. Literally maybe sitting with yourself, sitting and watching things pass by. You might people watch, you might meditate, you might just sit in silence, surrender to your surroundings. What's the message then? After that, we have like just surrendering to existing. What would you do if you weren't working? What would you do if you weren't doing so and so for someone else? What would you be doing? How would you like use your existence? Some of you need to ponder more on this element of your life, just the choices. Some of you this is all about creating a life you don't want to escape from. You know, are you waking up invigorated, inspired, thrilled, excited to take it on because you've chosen things, you know, your construct is of things that you've chosen, so you're just like, yes, let's keep living. Like when you go to sleep, you just can't wait to get to the next day. Let's get you here. Some of you want this but don't know how to get there, and it's like leaving you in this like perpetual darkness of like, I can't manifest that, I don't see it. How? I'm hearing that there was something when you were younger that you may have put to rest because you maybe wanted to control how people saw you, or people were controlling you based off of how they saw you. Something like this. Like it's giving like you laid a part of you to rest because it wasn't safe, or it was like you needed that part of you to survive, so you turned it off for some time so it wouldn't get attacked. It could be something where like your inner child was coming out, or like your inner child was being attacked, but your inner child stays alive. It's just you preserved and protected it in maybe a very cruel world, an unkind world. But as things change, or as your surroundings change, you may reawaken this part of you. Some of you maybe needed this message where you're like, what's missing? Maybe it's something that you had laid to rest that you didn't think would come back. Maybe a person, place, thing, idea, concept, project, whatever it is. There's something you laid to rest some time ago because maybe the opinions of others clouded and it was too much of an obstacle to deal with at the time. Let's see what's collective need. I'm getting like hot sauce is significant, and like, I don't know, the holidays, like Santa Claus is significant. The color orange is significant. Someone could take the public transport. I'm hearing like VTA, or in London it's called the Tube. 222 is significant. 111 is also significant for somebody. I have a 6 of Pentacles. I have one more that fell. A 6 of Pentacles and a Queen of Wands. I'm hearing people take what comes in for the Queen of Wands, and the Queen of Wands doesn't realize that it was for her, and they're like, the Queen of Wands is maybe like, wow, my friends are so awesome, my friends are so great. But then it's like King of Pentacles, no, you are great. You are just being the King of Pentacles reverse is giving. You're not seeing what's being taken from you because you maybe give it so freely. And it's like they're receiving undeservingly, and then you're like, where is mine though? Like, where's mine? And it's giving like they stole it. So if you're still waiting for your manifestations, maybe someone stole it, someone got in the way. That's Queen of Wands now again in the middle of the deck. So it's giving like they wanted you all caught up in the middle, all caught up on grieving and figuring out like what went wrong, what happened. It's like they stole it, or their attempts to steal it is having you like Spirit's just saying surrender to clarity right now. If you're not sure who's doing this to you, Spirit will reveal it for you. You just needed that, like, some people in the collective, the message is warning. Some people in the collective, the message is validation. Some people in the collective, it's a matter of, this is you and why are you doing this? Three of Wands. Rejection is divine protection. If you see it, it's a matter of like, you can't protect you from yourself. So like only what is of yours and what you can handle is being sent to you, unless there is unique, like very specific deals going on here where it's like, if you do this, I'll do this. Like, there is usually promise that things are balanced. When things are unbalanced, it's usually like an attack, like a spirit attack, an ego extreme, some sort of push and pull with with abundance. We do have people who create energy, people who destroy energy, and people who can transmute energy. And when you do A plus B plus C, it always equals ABC. And so it's really giving like, you don't have to pay so much mind to what they're doing. Just pay attention to what you're doing. Things are going to balance out anyway. Even if someone sends a negative abundance towards you, you may, like, the way all things are as they should be, so then you can trust that your initial reaction is the one of balance. But then if you stay on something for too long, you create abundance and then you transfer again. Sometimes, like, what already happened is what is neutral. And starting something new is creating new abundance, and there's a shift. Some of you have experienced bad things, and it's supposed to be the end of bad things, but your reaction, your energy towards it created more. Sometimes you see like an extreme good met with an extreme bad, or vice versa, to neutralize it, and then whatever you decide to do next is the theme. That's what's going to be the theme. So everything can be a test, and your experience is the testimony. What have you learned? What's the learning curve? Who's involved? Who's not going to be involved? What's the common denominator? You are the common denominator. Someone, again, no more laying certain things to rest. Like, it's like taking action now. I think there's been enough thinking about stuff, and someone needs to avoid being stuck. How I'm saying, like, if you get stuck on a concept, like, sometimes it's already been neutralized. You don't need to worry any more than you have. So what's the collective need to experience in their reading? I'm hearing berries are significant. Someone could drive a green car. I get green, but not usually for the color of your car. It's like kind of an unlikely color, but someone is maybe just owning how, maybe like just throwing themselves out there, putting themselves out there, like just not being so with this lineup of cards is really giving like things are going to be what they are regardless. Regardless of every like micro choice that you make, you're still paving the way closer. Like all the details do matter, and they also don't matter. What matters most is your energy towards yourself. This is definitely giving someone maybe against the compliments or the complaints that are formed around them, like just not willing or able to receive accurately. So for example, if you're looking really good on one day and like you're getting a lot of compliments, someone's just not aligned or thinking those compliments are accurate. And it's like strangers don't just say things. You know, the Six of Pentacles is giving balance your giving and receiving. Maybe you tend to have, so say, okay, there's more than one type of people in the collective always, but is giving like misalignment with the words you hear about yourself. Someone's either thinking they're really, really amazing, and then they're not willing to hear anything less than amazing. But it's like constructive criticism. Like they actually do need to hear some of these criticisms, some of these like harsh words that are formed around them, but they don't believe them because they're like too, I don't know, like they're too good. But also in a sense, there is too good does exist. There is just too good for you, whereas like if you're not on the same level, it's just gonna feel that way. There's something about you that needs to change, that shifts you into from this is too good to this is good enough. This is good for me. I am good. I deserve this. It's like if you don't believe that you are looking good today, everyone who tells you you look good today because you do look good today, you're not going to believe them. You're not going to receive those compliments even if you get millions of them in the day. The spirit usually sends you repeats because you're not listening. You're not paying attention. You see repeats, and it's like some of you are overlooking it as, oh, it's a coincidence. Oh, it just happens sometimes. No, it doesn't just happen sometimes. Like you just haven't been tapping in closely enough to know that it's there all the time, whenever you need it, whenever you want it. Like you're not as alone as you think you are, which is terrifying and not terrifying at the same time. Like when you think you're alone and you're not alone, you're like, who's in the room with me? Your spirit guides. Your spirit guides are the closest, but sometimes you listen to affirmations that give you that send the wrong signals, that attract the wrong things. The natural laws of nature is the highest frequency is love. Okay, nature is love. Five of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. Someone's fighting their independence, because being independent's tough. Okay, being independent's really lonely, and being independent is like you can fight an army if you needed or wanted to. That doesn't mean you have to. Always. Sometimes you have to, and that doesn't mean it's fun. But it's giving like the Nine of Pentacles is someone who is capable, and that doesn't mean that it was something that person deserved, but being capable usually puts you in the position of you're showing someone how, or you're showing yourself how. Message for collective to know, what is this silver lining? Like, there's something that the collective needs here. Give me what the collective needs. Okay, thank you. I'm taking Knight of Wands, but not Knight of Wands, Knight of Swords. But I'm gonna take a peek at these, but I don't think I want to take them. Yeah, I don't want to take these. So we have a Knight of Swords, we have the Magician, and the Page of Cups. Friends, protect your energy. If you feel like moving towards something, just do it. Don't let someone maneuver or move into the way, whether it's verbally or literally, physically, or yeah, I mean, like, don't let people talk over your thoughts. It's giving like someone who's undecided. Sharing your indecisiveness will then leave room for someone to decide for you. It's like, just decide and then share your decision. And even so, when you share your decision, not that you're specifically asking for opinions, but they do come in, the moon. So be aware of when opinions come in, maybe unsolicited. Like unsolicited advice, unsolicited opinions. Those are where people place them. And usually they don't know they are having a problem with boundaries there, where they don't have boundaries on how, like, their friendship. They don't have boundaries on the words that they say. They just say whatever they want, whatever they're thinking, and that's not fair always. It is an honor to know someone's mind, but there's also just mind your own business. It's like, it's my business, not yours, so I don't need your mind on it, you know? 9 of Swords. The Fool card. Someone could literally just start saying mind your own business. It's like, someone's gonna be mad a bit about, like, because they may not understand what you truly mean by that phrase, or by that, like, yeah, just by that. It's like, just like, you do you, let me do me, like, you know, like, don't. Some people are like, they take mind your business or mind your own business as like I don't want you to know. And it's like, you kind of don't want them to know, but it's because they're of their energy towards it. It's not necessarily that you don't want them to know. It's that they're being a little too, like, putting their nose into stuff. Like, and all that is being channeled from that Page of Cups. So it's like fishy, right? Like, that, putting your nose in things, and like, there's the fish in the cup. So it's like, you're smelling something fishy, and you're just like kind of giving them the time and the grace by just surrendering to maybe silence about it. You see that it could potentially go really well or potentially really bad with this person because of being so open with their thoughts. Being open with your thoughts is wonderful, but there has to be like space for the energy to burn the way it's supposed to burn. Like, I don't know, like, I'm getting like candle, like a flame. Like, you could blow out the flame anytime, like a controlled flame, because like fire that goes out of control can literally burn entire houses, cities, like areas down. But then fire also can cook up our food. So it's like having controlled fire, because this it's like your business is so mind your own business. Your mind is the only one that's meant to be like shooting all these, like, you know, shooting all these ideas and concepts and opinions out towards your own business. So your own mind is where, like, your own mind should be on your own business. putting someone else's mind to your business, there's going to be some misfirings, because your mind is your mind, their mind is their mind. They're the Empress, and I see the Emperor as the back of the deck reverse. This whole scenario where this scenario involving like an emperor and empress, okay, like it's like the emperor and the empress are building their lives separately right now. This time is what I'm getting. But the act of doing this, the choice of doing this, is leading the emperor and the empress to be guided to one another, whether they already know each other or not. It's like maybe the emperor and the empress, they're hidden within one another's life, or they're hidden in the 3D world and it's yet to find it. It's like all this balancing of everything in your life, having all your ducks in a row, all of your stuff put together, really attracts your person, because it's one thing to be attracted to your person, but if they're not ready, they're just going to send red flags. Anybody who's not ready, anybody who's supposed to be a person, but they're not caught up yet, they're just going to signal red flags. And you're going to be like, and you're going to be acting all impatient. You're going to be acting all disturbed and triggered and things, just because of where they're at. Where they're at is going to trigger you. Where you're at is going to trigger your person. Two of Wands reverse. And it's giving just see the bigger picture here. This is giving bigger picture, because this individual is literally holding the whole world in his hands and is looking out. So it's like, just trust that the time that you spend working on like whatever you're working on right now in your 3D life, it is going to attract your person in the 3D. You and your person are already connected on the 5D. You're already connected on the intuitive psychic level, but you may or may not be accurately connecting on the 3D level. Maybe you are you have some ins and outs with this, or people have been in and out and you're just like really tired of it. Spirit's really tired of you not focusing on getting it all together for yourself, for one, and then your person is, like you're mirroring your connections always. So if you're attracting things you don't want, then there's things in your life that you don't want. It's not just this person you don't want, it's other things in your life that you don't want either. It's like the summation of the things in your life. Like, think like when you're on a dating profile, you're on that dating profile, and like that person on their profile puts a sum, like a biography of them, and they're like, I went to school, I have a job, I have this, I do this, I have kids, whatever they write, right? It's a summation of the detailings of your life. So if you attract in somebody who doesn't have details that you want, desire, can accept, realize that the partners that you've attracted in are mirroring you, either the past version of you, the present version of you, or the future version of you. You accept in what you think you deserve, and you attract in what you are. So if you don't like the partners that are coming in, maybe assess what you don't like about your current life circumstances and do better there, and then see higher level soulmates come in with the interchange that applies first. Usually if you need a change in your surroundings, you change your inside. If you need to change your inside, you change your surroundings. So like a happy mind is happy space, happy mind, stuff like that. Someone needs to affirm this, reminder of this. Palm trees could be significant. Someone could drive like that Scion. And someone could drive a Tundra. Someone's a truck driver. Someone's name is Martin and likes doves. Or like someone likes birds. These synchronicities, they don't have to have all the synchronicities. They just help for those that I'm reaching for the first time. Someone is into like logistics or analytics. I said berries earlier, so berries are significant, whether it's strawberries or blackberries, blueberries, any of the berries. Someone needs to pay attention on, or has been paying attention about like if their car has some recalls or some repair stuff going on. Someone is the age 25. The Tower card reverse and the Empress reverse. The Tower is leading the Emperor to his Empress. It's like really giving, because the Empress showed up reverse, and like the Empress was upright and now she's up reverse. And yeah, it's like, oh my goodness, she just kind of peeked out there. And the Ten of Pentacles is reverse there. Like someone's Tower moment is essentially just ungrounding anything that's in the way towards the Empress. The most sound advice right now for the collective is just to surrender to what is, surrender to surroundings. As I began the reading, it was really just surrender to your surroundings, like live in your in just pure existence more. Someone is all about the work life and needs, and is having existential crises. Okay, you're having a really, really hard time existing, and it's because there isn't enough time that you give yourself to simply just exist without worrying, without working, without being a parent, without being some sort of duty. Okay, someone needs to be with desires, or more desirable and less dutiful. Like there's a new balance with desires and duties. It could be short-term or long-term. It just depends on how long have you overworked yourself. If you've overworked yourself, it's time for fun. If you've been spending a lot of time, have a lot of free time, someone needs to do more. Okay, so it's duty. Doo-doo. Something about doo-doo. Like double check your to-do list. The color yellow is significant, and someone lives in California. What else is here? Oh, the sun. I have the deck, and this is the sun. I'm hearing you are the sun. You will literally bring life force to things around you by just existing. Some of you feel like your life force is drained out of you because it's like giving like here on earth, everything on the earth depends on the sun. But does that mean everything on the earth appreciates the sun? No. So it's giving like the sun's just going to show up regardless. You know how many people hate the sun? But the sun still comes out. It's really giving, express your independence, the right energy will come about. And regardless if it's not the right energy, right? Because the sun doesn't expect the sun just knows it's needed, so it just shows up. Even for those people who hate the sun, those people who hate the sun still need the sun. It's like they don't. The sun doesn't always get all the energy it deserves, but it still shows up. and it will, like, things just serve its time and space and reward and reality in due parts. But it's really giving you are the sun. You need to show up no matter what, this or that. If it's a Monday, if it's a Sunday, you know, there are things that get cloudy, right? Where you need to maybe throw some shade, have some shade. Things get a little dark. Things get a little wet. I don't know. Things get a little, just imagine what happens in a storm, okay? So a lot of things happen in a storm. Usually people turn out better or worse than when it started, and it's usually people weeping what they've sown. Knight of Wands is giving retracting from thinking one type of way. The Empress again, reverse. Knight of Swords, reverse. Yeah, someone's retracting from sabotage. It's like you can't stop the unstoppable. So what happens when you try and stop the unstoppable? Well, they're unstoppable, but you try to stop something, so Spirit stops you instead. And someone's a fool for being this, so they're like retracting, someone can't go back in time, someone can't change the past. It's giving like this is locked in this timeline, in this lifetime. Whatever the events are locked in. There was a chance, but then it just got locked in because of a choice, like someone either failed or passed the test, and then that locked things in. Again, with the stopping the unstoppable, at some point it was stoppable, and then when someone decided this isn't going to be, you know, when someone decided I'm going to let go, when someone decided I don't deserve this, when someone decided I want balance, they're like, I'm not going to give this any more chances. It kind of seems like they're stopping me. It kind of seems like they don't want this for me. It kind of seems like I'm connecting with the wrong people. So when someone's having boundaries with themselves, it sends it back. So someone was stopped for a while, but really the reality is you were only delayed. This is a previous reading a little bit where if someone has damaging, destructive intentions towards you, and you don't have those intentions for yourself, then what happens is there's a new energy, and what was supposed to be destructive and sabotaging, it just becomes a delay of the success. And this person, maybe they at some points get like Spirit laughs with them and goes, ha, you thought like they stopped, and then it's like, nope, they really didn't stop. And it's like a perpetual joke that this person, that because I don't know, it's just like giving karma. It's giving karma. Not everyone has it repeat so badly. It just depends on what you do. Justice. If you learn the lesson, it does stop. It stops if Spirit can trust that you left that energy behind. I keep thinking there's a card still down here, but I think I picked it up. So I'm gonna stop fumbling for it, but it's giving like there's energies that just need to be fully exhausted out. So Spirit sends the experience to kind of disable the energy that doesn't belong anymore, so you can learn. And if you truly show like this energy doesn't exist anymore, or you're dissolving it, then the karmic lesson stops. You don't see the repeat of something like that. Repeatedly do good, you repeatedly receive good. repeatedly do bad, you repeatedly receive bad. Someone sends mixed signals. Most people on the 3D send mixed signals. Commit to the good person you are. Commit to the good people in your life. Someone has a hard time committing in general because of just sitting on bad situations for too long, and that's like your own work with self-trust and self-accountability and self-love and all this. Like, you don't have to be so fearful of other people. Usually other people are on the same level of fear towards, I don't want this person to mess me over too. So you can trust that new people, you have that clean slate of respect and trust and honesty. It's their initial actions and all the actions afterwards that tell on tolerance. It tells on, is this going to lead to a tower moment? Do I stop it before too much comes crumbling down on a shitty foundation? Because it's giving like most people, like you're starting on like you have a clean slate foundation, right? It's like if you start off strong, but then one action is weak, so then it's weak. Then you put on another weak action, a weak experience, and it was like not fun. And then like you put more weak experiences on more weak experiences, it's weak. It's going to fall over. It's going to be too heavy for a weak foundation. It's giving, when someone shows you who they are, don't let them show you more of who they are if it's something you already dislike. There are redeeming qualities. There's redemption points. Okay, but like just be more, someone needs to be a bit more mindful or calculated in this when it comes to self and not when it comes to others. So like being calculated is not a bad thing. It's only a bad thing if you're applying it where it doesn't go. So if you're being calculated about other people, it's just like, this that they did plus this that they did equals this. It's like you don't know the details of their life, because like what I'm really getting at is, okay, I had a roommate in freshman year of college. It was a little it was like a weird complex thing that had a common room and like 4 girls on one side and 4 girls on the other side. So there was 8 girls total per room, technically, and there's 8 of us, mind you, and one of the girls would bring back like boys, but it's not necessary. Like, no one saw her have sex with him, no one heard her have sex with him, no one anything, except she brought them back, maybe to do homework, maybe just to hang out, maybe they're just friends. But someone threw in assumptions of, well, this roommate brought home a boy on Monday, and then she brought home a boy on Thursday, so that must mean she has 2 boyfriends, and that's not what that means. Someone's calculating the details of someone else's life and equating it to be some summation or some result of their life or some like of the situation. Is like, you're the only one that's allowed to do that on your own life. It's really giving like someone does this to other people, or someone has a lot of this done to themselves. Regardless, it's like none of anyone's business. It's like, as long as it makes you feel good and you feel controlled and you feel empowered by it, what does it matter what anyone says or thinks or even assumes or anything like that? Like, you know your intentions. God knows your intentions. And someone like, I was just like, when I was experiencing all that go down, I'm like, why is it just because you see her, it looks this way to you? Like, that's a projection of just like, that's what they think it would look like, but things are usually not what they look like. Just make sure that you know the details of your life, so you are the one that can judge your life. No one else can, and that applies for everyone. Oh, Six of Swords comes out. It's safe to express. Just with you do express and you find that it is unsafe, those are the people you need to maybe have space from or remove. Because self-expression should feel natural. It should feel like it should be a part of your normal flow. Ace of Pentacles is giving goals. It's giving someone needs more of this. Someone needs to find like a studio space. Like you can find art studios that welcome other artists in, of just like they offer you a space and you can pay like a little fee. It could be like a common fee, like $5 or $10, and now you're in a community group where everybody is like a communal space. Or you can actually be a member of a studio and pay maybe a more luxurious price. Maybe it's not so much like a drop-in price, but maybe like a pay this amount monthly. Like there's resources out there. So if you don't feel safe in the spaces you currently put yourself in new places. If you don't feel safe around the people to express that are in your life, then you need to meet new people. And that doesn't mean you could or should leave people completely. Decisions can be temporary. Just don't plan on making any permanent decisions that you can't take back unless you're ready for all the repercussions that come with such a permanent decision. Something would be like having a pet or kids or something to do over your life. Just make sure that you are sure of all of the situations that come of it, that you're not just considering the main things, that you're considering all things and weighing all those things out and such. King of Wands reverse, Seven of Cups reverse. Back of the deck, Four of Pentacles. I'm getting like, hang tight, because the adventure is going to get a bit bumpy, but it's going to be worth the ride is what I'm getting. And not everyone can come along. There's going to be some energy that gets left out in the cold, but it'll be for the better to have a warmer, safer heart space. It's okay to grieve too. Hold space for grieving, because you won't be able to move forward if you're grieving, if you're still having a hard time. Yeah, Three of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles. That validates, like, before you can get this, you need to get through this, because these aren't supposed to be happening together. This is going to sabotage this. So you need to get this out of the way, whatever that looks like for you, and then focus on this. Okay, friends? Pour into your own cup, friends. It's going to be okay. Just trust. Affirm that if you don't got it, you will get it eventually. Spirit's got it in the meantime. Okay? All is good. Stay well. Stay magical. Bye, friends.